Today is our one and only day off from the retreat. My roommate and I took the opportunity to come up to a beautiful hike in Hot Springs, Arkansas. It's so nice to be around nature. Just listen to the sound of that. Like, I just want to be silent and quiet and listen for once. It's kind of ironic because I am filming a video and talking and the insects are getting louder now. But there's so much noise in my everyday world and so much noise in my head too. So much emails and Slack messages and talking and communication with others, not all constructive. Just being in nature, it just makes me want to like lower down my volume, use less words, and just be. It's so amazing. I'm so grateful to be here. What a nice, yeah.
So pretty.
I know. Hello everyone. I don't know how many days it's been since I last picked up the camera. Probably about 2 weeks since we had our day off. It has been a very busy and stressful 2 weeks, which is why I didn't want to distract myself with, bringing myself out of time to vlog and all that. But today I feel a lot better, healing, and this whole journey is like a wave. You go up and down and you experience highs and lows, and I was certainly experiencing a lot of lows and also a number of highs in the last 2 weeks, and today just feels like reaching a different point in this process and feeling more grounded. This 1 month retreat is like a super intense kind of thing where we're not just receiving healing and receiving various spiritual processes, we're also learning how to teach and learning how to create our own classes. So yeah, I guess it's very much like a spiritual university, if you could call it something like that. And it has been very busy just going through my materials and also creating my own classes and processes, and I've been learning so much and very busy at night as well. Yeah, like we are really in beautiful Hot Springs. It feels so inspiring to film and speak in the presence of nature. There's just this sacredness that comes through even with the sun shining down. I just love it so much. And yeah, this process of undoing and unbecoming, I think just speaking about it feels easy. Like, who doesn't want to let go of what doesn't serve them? Who doesn't want to become a better person, right? But the real process of doing it can be so challenging. Like, for me at least, every cell of my being sometimes feels so challenged to just die. Like, I'm so used to being in a certain way, even though if it's not good for me, and it's so hard to let go of that pattern and let go of that belief. Those are the hardest things to overcome, but also the most fulfilling to overcome, when you realize that you don't have to struggle and you don't have to be in pain and you don't have to be small or hurt yourself anymore. This symbolic death process just reminds me that I deserve to be happy, I deserve to be me, and everyone else also deserves to be happy and be themselves. morning everyone. It is now 2:15 a.m. here in Hot Springs and it is my last day. So much has happened in this retreat and it's so beyond words can express. I think I just want to come back to the place where I was right before leaving, which was so much fear, so much apprehension. I was so afraid of change, of the fact that I wasn't going to be working for a month, how my income would be affected, how that may have ripple effects on the rest of my income for the next few months. I don't know, I was thinking of all of the worst case scenarios just from a 1-month retreat. You may think that it's pretty over dramatic, and I think my head was playing out way too many stories. But I'm so glad that I made it here. Now at the end of the retreat, I can truly say that it is such a blessing when you can to be able to follow your soul's calling. Even if we don't even think of it as deep as the soul, to just be able to follow your heart's calling is such a big blessing. I want to be able to recognize that more and more in my life. It is a privilege that I'm living through. Even if I don't have the best finances or the best everything, just having the opportunity to do so is a miracle in itself. The other big thing that I learned over this month is to sit back and observe. I think a lot of times in life I try to jump very quickly into conclusions about who, what, when something should happen, or like jumping into conclusions about a person. And oftentimes what may seem like a smart thing to think about is actually more just my judgment about a person or a subject or some kind of situation. And when I don't jump into conclusions about people or things too quickly, I can see more clearly what the situation really is and detach myself from my preconceived notions and judgments, and that brings me a lot more clarity and also power to discern. The last thing I learned over this month is to choose courage and love over fear. Fear plays out so frequently in my life. It's like almost like just an automatic response I have to everything. If something's not going right, I start to panic. I start to have worries and fears about the future, fearing about the past, fearing about what somebody would say or do, fearing about whether or not people like me or don't like me. And it's also part of the reason why I didn't do much with this channel for almost over a year, because I was so afraid of putting myself out there. I am the human with the body and with the ability to drive this vehicle forward, and I can choose what I want to respond to a situation. And when I choose fear, I attract more of the things that I don't want into my life. And I totally have the responsibility and the choice to choose trust, courage, and love each time I'm faced with a decision in my life. I hope that this gave you some food for thought and some inspiration to make those positive changes and choose courage to do that over the fear that you may have. Thank you so much, and I will be traveling home and seeing all of you in a very different setting, and it will be the start of a new chapter.